Well, our first match of our NVA's third event of the season was a barn burner. What will match number 2 have in store as the Dallas Tornadoes, still looking for their first win of the season, will take on one of the favorites in the NBA this year, the Las Vegas Ramblers. Ira Thor with two-time All-American Matt Prosser, as we're going to get you set for our second of 15 matches here from the Pierce Sports Center in San Bernardino. Take a look at the schedule for the event. Our 2 o'clock match, if that one starts on time, will be the Blaze against the Utah Stingers. Southern Exposure against Team Freedom out of New Jersey at 4:30 p.m. and our nightcap tonight. 7 o'clock, the Chicago Untouchables against the OC Stunners. But here we have a Las Vegas team that played extremely well in its last event in Atlantic City. And Dallas, Matt, is trying to find an answer. If you're Dallas, how do you solve this Rambler puzzle?
Well, right now, being the lowest team in the league, kind of down in that cellar, if you will, unfortunately, winless on the season so far, they're going to have their hands full again today against the Ramblers because you're looking at the number 1 seeded team right now. Rankings-wise, you've got some big physical players over there. Be interesting to see. Hopefully the Tornadoes have had a good 2 weeks of training back at their home gym, and they're ready to go to battle here against the Ramblers and see what they can do.
We know for Las Vegas that Brandon Rattray is the man they want to have swinging. You've seen him so much over the last 2 months. How important is he going to be today to their cause?
Well, clearly the number 1 attacker for the Ramblers, I think, is leading the NVA in service aces, so he's a threat no matter where he is on the court, whether it's front row or back row, offensively speaking. And then, of course, from the inline, his jump serve is one of the strongest in the league. So really prioritizing, and if you're a Tornado, how to get in front of him and hopefully contain him, slow him down a little bit. You probably won't stop him, but you need to contain him and then worry about the other guys as well. He's going to get his kills. He's going to score his points. But how are you going to slow down 6'11", Sean Dennis out of the middle, 6'8", Ryan Mather, the opposite hitter? Ramblers are a stacked squad, and so the Tornadoes, again, are going to have their hands full today.
Sean Dennis had an exceptional match the last time the Ramblers were out on May 30th in a 3-0 win over the Blaze. And we'll see how he responds today to complement the work of Brandon Rattray as Vegas serves first to get us going. And that is tipped too long for Dallas by number 69, Steven Roschitz. Taking a look at the lineups out on the floor for Las Vegas. A few new players who we did not see a ton of time in New Jersey are out there. Michael Keegan has the ball in his hands. He is setting in this one, and he will serve first. Vegas leading 1-0. I believe it's short. So for the Tornadoes, back to serve will be Alexis Reyes, 6-foot libero out of Dallas. He's not going to play libero today. He's be used in a more utility role as that one is finished for the Vegas Ramblers. And they have the early 2-1 lead and the dangerous Brandon Rattray back to serve.
Yeah, nice high swing there by Ryan Mather, number 14 for the Ramblers on the left side. Rattray's first service attempt.
Rattray goes deep on his first attempt of the weekend. So we're even at 2-2 early on. And the server will be Steven Roschitz, 6'2" outside out of Graceland University, native of Kansas City. Over on one, and that's off of the shoulder of Mather, unable to be saved, and put away by Aaron King, 6'8" middle, out of Louisville, graduated of Western Kentucky University. Our first match of the day went the distance with the Tyrants over the Matadors in 5, and they pulled out the 15-13 win as that is put away by King over on one. But they pulled out the 15-13 victory. You called that match alongside Nick England, the head coach here of the Las Vegas Ramblers. He gets off of the mic and onto the sidelines, but what a back and forth third and fourth set. You talk about teams that played opposite third and fourth sets. 25-16 was the identical scores in each. And then for that fifth set to go down to the wire, it says just how much is at stake for all these teams.
Yeah, those two teams were extremely well matched physicality-wise. Okay, size-wise, their offenses were very similar. Their block and defense schemes, you could see the similarities there. So not surprised that it went 5. This game, I'd be surprised if it goes more than 4 sets. The Ramblers are the stronger squad here, but you never know.
Well, see if Dallas has an answer. They don't have an answer there for Dennis, who puts it down.
Yeah, Sean Dennis with a nice read block there, 6'11", gets his long arms up and over the net against number 11, Aaron King, in purple. But nice move by Sean Dennis to control the net there in the middle for the Ramblers.
Serving will be Mark Lane, 6'8" middle, out of Las Vegas. They go right side, and that is put away with authority by Felix Chapman, the 6'8" pin hitter at a Grand University and a native of Des Moines, Iowa, where I just spent 7 days before coming out here to hang with you guys. Not Des Moines, but in the state of Iowa. I was in Cedar Rapids for a week at the Division III Baseball National Championship as Kevin Lopez, number 15 for Vegas, puts it away for his first kill.
Baseball 1 week, volleyball the next, right?
It's great week for me. Actually, I was able to put 2 ballparks in the middle. Started the trip in Kansas City, saw a Royals game. Yesterday I was in Minnesota, saw a Twins-Yankees game, and now I'm out here in San Bernardino spending 3 days of NBA volleyball action. Over on 1. They're going to go for the back row. Big swing by Rattray, kept alive by the Tornadoes. Vegas, Dennis gets the attack.
Sharp angle by Sean Dennis, a little 31 action, the 6'11" middle. Goes hard wrist away, hits the 10-foot line.
We
Nice
did not
swing attack.
see Sean get a lot of swings in Atlantic City. How important is it going to be that they feed him this weekend?
Well, it's obviously extremely important. I mean, the kid's 6'11". You got him, you might as well use him. You know, he's a great blocker, and offensively, it's a weapon that you've got to be able to take advantage of, as Ryan Mather can't find the playing surface on that serve.
Ryan Mather nearly takes out our camera against the back wall. Didn't miss by much.
Love to see if we got that on tape.
That would be on your not top 10 should we get there. Serving will be Felix Chapman. Aims for Rattray, which is an interesting choice. And that is put down the line by Mather. And Mather gets his second kill.
Yeah, you know, one of the things about the Ramblers is their passing core is really strong. You've got Ryan Manoujian playing libero. He played libero at Long Beach State. Brandon Rattray, obviously a UCLA. Bruin, outside hitter, just competed in Berlin professionally for, I believe, his Spain, for his first or second season overseas. And Kevin Lopez. So Ramblers really relying on their passing in order to run those quick attacks with Sean Dennis.
They've been effective with it so far. Serve is too far by Lopez. And the side out at 7-7. And the ball in the hands of number 18, Carlos Luna, out of Venezuela. Dennis swinging away into the net. Were the Tornadoes 8-7 Vegas in front. And that will take us, should take us to our first technical timeout. I take that back. We're only doing 16 this week. Still thinking we're in Atlantic City. I'm out here on the West Coast with you guys. Get this.
That was a change from the Atlantic City, so keep the flow of the game going good. We're doing 1 technical timeout this weekend in the NBA at 16. Teams will be switching sides between sets, so that's back to normal. But for the flow of the game, we're eliminating that first technical timeout at 8 points throughout every match this weekend.
I think that's a good choice. Let the teams play a good 2/3 of the match before we go to our first break. We're going to give it to Rattray, and when you give it to Rattray, bad things happen.
Well, when he's on your team and he gets a kill, I would say that's a good thing for your squad, right?
You don't want to be on the other side of the net looking at that.
There you go.
As Rattray puts it away for the winner, and the ball in the hands of Michael Keegan. Keegan getting the start at set in this one. Tanner Maxwell got much of the setting action when we were in AC 2 weeks ago. Going to go from the back row, and missing wide was Felix Chapman.
Yeah, so we're seeing 2 new setters for both of these squads. Reyes for the Tornadoes. He was not in Atlantic City. And then obviously Keegan for the Ramblers. He's doing a nice job filling in for Tanner Maxwell.
They go outside. Dug up. And Rattray with the useful spot off the tip. Brandon Rattray so smart there to recognize the double block in his face and puts it away for his second kill. They get back to Rattray, and he drops it in the middle of the court for another winner.
Nice swing range there by Rattray, kind of taking a little heat off of that one. He was not in the ideal position for that swing, but he got his feet to it, still was able to jump and reach and just kind of curl it in the middle of the court for a nice point.
And that will take Dallas to their first timeout as head coach Jonathan Deslizian will talk this one over. And I think Vegas has done a really good job so far of moving the ball around. It hasn't just been Brandon Rattray controlling the action.
Yeah, Sean Dennis has made a big impact right out of the gates offensively, but then also with his block, he's done a good job so far. So
Dallas has done a much better job compared to the Atlantic City event of moving the ball around. Their setter, making his first appearance here, has gotten others involved, but Chapman has to be, he's got to take more ownership. He's somebody they're going to rely on.
Yeah, absolutely. Chapman does need to carry a huge role through this match for the Tornadoes. We expected that out of him in Atlantic City, but we didn't know what to expect since that was his first weekend. Offensively now we know what he can do, so I do expect the Tornadoes to rely on him.
So the floater over on one, and Rattray, utter annihilation. There's a question because it sounded as if a horn went off, but the horn was probably from the fire alarms from Brandon Rattray. Picking up his fourth kill. So it'll be Michael Keegan serving, and he goes too deep. Wow, fireworks early on. So right side, Rattray, and that cannot be kept alive as he picks up his fifth kill, and that, you'll see frustrated Alexis Reyes wanted that one back. So Rattray will serve. His first attempt was too long. See what he has in store. Much better serve at the net. Dug up by Rattray and sent over by the Ramblers. Dallas in transition, and that is put away for the third kill for Aaron King in the middle.
Yeah, give King the credit for that one, although I think Brandon Rattray might have played a ball that was headed for the out-of-bounds area as the one-handed stab didn't get that ball returned, but nice to see the Tornadoes implementing their middle blockers actively here through the early parts of this match. Something we haven't seen from them in the past.
And the serve by Stephen Roschitz, too long. Serving is Mark Lane. Chapman, a little roll shot that's covered nicely by Mather. Rattray is blocked back. Gets a hand on it and sent over. Chance here for the Tornadoes in transition. In the middle, and that is put down by Sean Dennis, and that will take us to our first technical timeout. We'll be back in a moment. Vegas on top.
Tom is the shipping manager for an e-commerce company specializing in unique, high-end home furnishings. Because these aren't your typical everyday pieces, Tom's often biting his nails every time a shipment leaves the warehouse. His discerning customers will notice every ding, dent, or scratch, which is why Tom trusts one company, RPM Expedite's dedicated network. RPM specializes in hard-to-handle freight that needs a reliable, damage-free shipping approach. RPM boasts 99.3% damage-free delivery RPM also makes it easy for Tom to customize his shipments. With pricing options and for transparency and peace of mind, Tom can access RPM's online portal for booking, tracing, and tracking shipments. And of course, if he ever has questions or needs assistance, Tom can always access RPM's round-the-clock customer service. Call RPM Expedite today for your customized, hard-to-handle shipping solution, or visit us online at www.rpmexpediteusa.com.
We are back here in San Bernardino after our first tactical timeout, and a 6-point lead here for Las Vegas, playing really well, in control early on. Matt, this is exactly the recipe they were looking for.
Yeah, you know, they've played some good volleyball so far. Sean Dennis has made a strong impact blocking-wise, offensively as well. I believe he has 2 or 3 points total off of his kills and his blocks, but the 6'11" middle blocker making an impact early on. Brandon Rattray obviously carrying some load back there, but they're playing consistent volleyball, so that's good to see if you're a Ramblers fan.
And both middles really have carried each team. Obviously, we say Rattray's name a lot because he's, you know, so much of this offense. But Dennis, Aaron King, both have made a difference for their teams thus far, and that's another put away as Dallas will go back to serve with the side out.
The matchups here, I think, are fully in favor of the Ramblers. So when I say matchups, I'm talking more about hitters versus blockers. So the blockers for the Tornadoes, you've got Luna, Chike Oporum, and Chapman in the front row versus Ryan Mather, Sean Dennis, and Kevin Lopez. So interesting to see who Keegan decides to go with. He throws to Dennis, and right there you get a nice help block from Chapman, 6'8", outside hitter, staying home, getting his hands over, and giving the 6'11" middle blocker a little stare down and a rejection back to him.
Yeah, Dennis is blocked. Combination of Chapman and Chike Oporum. First time we said his name, the 6'6" middle out of North Texas, whereas number 13. Both very involved in that action. Vegas, Mather. That one caroms off the ceiling, and Mather gets the kill. It's his 3rd winner of the set. And the lead is 17-12, so back to serve will be Ryan Mather at Redondo Beach, California, not terribly far from where we are. Graduate of Grand Canyon University. Right side, Chapman, high hands, forces Vegas into the net, and Chapman gets the kill.
I don't like to see that net violation there on Kevin Lopez, trying a little too hard to get his block in front of the 6'8" Chapman. Lopez just has to stay in control and get his hands over the net.
Stephen Roschitz doing a good job in the passing game. That's going to be over on 1. Here's a chance for Dallas. They go back row to Chapman. And that is put away. Head coach Nick England's wanting a back row attack, I believe. I think he was straddling that meter line. And they're saying no, so credit the kill to Chapman. And he will serve. Big toss coming. That pretty good pass there by Manouchian. The other libero gets his name said as School Tice able to keep it alive. Dennis didn't get all of that one. There's your paintbrush swing. Over on 1, Rattray couldn't keep it alive. And Dallas putting together a little bit of a run here now within 2.
Adding a little pressure here. It's nice to see their response. I definitely see a difference in the way the Tornadoes are playing this weekend versus 2 weeks ago in Atlantic City. They're looking a little smoother, a little more familiar with each other on the court.
Chapman another serve, good one as well. This is going to go off the court, run down by Keegan. Rattray from the back row, oh my!
Great play by Brandon Rattray there. Nice run down by Keegan, first of all, just to get his bump set up in the middle of the court so that Brandon Rattray, who always has the green light, can come flying out of the back row with an aggressive swing for a point.
To be able to save that one running off the court and then be able to still generate offense, simply magic. They go outside here to Luna. Vegas with a chance. And that's not going to be able to be saved. That is a block by Oporum. It's his 2nd of the match. And that brings Dallas back within 2, and they have side out with Carlos Luna, the Venezuelan, to serve. Off the tape, pancake save by Rattray, and Rattray will still get a swing out of it. Dallas. Roschitz gets it.
Nice swing there by Steven Roschitz, the 6'2", on a good day, outside hitter from the Austin, Texas area. Spent some of his free time competing on the AVP Tour, playing in some regional AVP Next events. Known for his ambidextrousness offensively.
Over on 1. Dallas can tie it here. Chapman swings away and delivers, and we are even at 18.
A nice comeback by the Tornadoes, really applying pressure onto the Ramblers from the inline, resulting in some nice points, and then cleaning up the transition. Chapman taking out the trash there, getting a nice point in transition from the swing out of the back row.
Tornadoes are playing for survival at this point. They are the only team left in the league without a W on the season. And that is put straight down, but out of bounds. Rattray with the trigger, but misfires.
Nice to see Felix Chapman staying home. Not afraid to get hit by the ball. He's expecting to dig that if it's in, but you don't play the balls that are going out of bounds, Ira.
And Luna, his team now leading. Leaves that one short into the net by Rattray. Can he respond? He does, splitting the block.
Nicely played by Rattray there. Clearly the strategy is to make him pass in that rotation. The short serve took him out of his approach line, but he was able to adjust and then rattle that ball through for a kill.
And his 7th kill here in this first set of their 19 points, as we are even at 19 apiece. Sean Dennis, already responsible for a pair of blocks, will serve. Off the tape, Roschitz able to get a piece of it, and then he's just gonna have to send it over the Mather. Rattray, cross-court smash. Just keep feeding the beast.
Once again, you see him, expect him to get a lot of swings and transitions, and that's what you saw right there, even though maybe the Ramblers' second middle blocker, Lane, hasn't gotten a lot of attempts yet. And Rattray still cleans it up for the team in black.
Lane's still looking for his first kill, but he's doing his job, not allowing the middle to become a presence for Dallas. Dennis, that's into the net. And we were even again at 20 all, so it'll be a race to 5 here in our first set. So we'll have a substitution here. It'll be Sean Smith coming in, 6'3", opposite out of Fort Worth, Texas. Played at California Baptist University.
Just down the road in Riverside.
Well, I'm glad I have you as my partner here, because anytime I think I know Southern California geography, I realize north-south I got it a little bit interchanged here.
Here to help, Ira.
I appreciate that. I'll ask for some directions before I go on any road trips out here again. I know what highways to avoid in the LA area. That I've learned just from experience.
That's basically all of them.
It is every single one of them. Just get a scooter. Keegan will serve. We are 21-20 Vegas here in set number 1. They go to Rattray, and Rattray does what Rattray does. His 9th kill of the set.
Yeah, the matchup there between Rattray hitting against setter Alexis Reyes for the Tornadoes is really an advantage for the Ramblers right now, and you can see that as Rattray attacks that high line cross-court seam.
2-point lead here. Vegas trying to put a cap on this opening set after being challenged. This one is run down, nearly running into our scoreboard in front of the table. And that is tipped just wide. Good save. Credit to Alexis Reyes, the setter for Dallas, able to keep that one alive and allow the Tornadoes to get this side out. 22-21. And after the good deed, Reyes will serve a chance to tie. Good line drive float. They go right side. Rattray off the block. That is 10 kills in our opening set.
That's a heavy load for an outside hitter. See how his body can handle that.
He's a young guy. He's 24.
load management, as they say.
He's 24 years old. He could play 7 matches a day still.
Remind me of that conversation I had with him back in Atlantic City about how he wasn't alive at some point when I was talking about when I first started playing volleyball. So
he wasn't alive when you were starting your All-American career at Long Beach. He didn't understand my Smashing Pumpkins reference last week to the great song "A Bullet with Butterfly Wings." Despite all the rage, I'm still just a rat in the cage. I was trying to make the rat in the cage the Rattray reference, and he had no idea what I was talking about. You did, which I appreciate. I mean, we're all in the same age range here, but he's 24 years old. He was starred nearby at UCLA, and he is absolutely leading this Vegas squad here, who has been challenged. I got to give credit to Dallas. They have played their butts off here in game number 1. Move some pieces around, and they may not get the result here. It's still a close game, 2 points set. But they are starting to look a lot more organized out there.
A strong first set for sure. I'd like to see them maybe spin their lineup a little bit in set 2 for some matchup purposes. But Felix Chapman coming through again with a strong swing cross court. And he's had a real nice match so far.
Yeah, Chapman's already got 4 kills here for the Tornadoes. And well, that allows the Tornadoes to serve here with a chance to tie. Every time Vegas looks like they're going to pull away here, Dallas has found an answer. Steven Roschitz will serve. Good pass for Vegas. And that is wide by Mather. You can't believe it. And we're even at 23. Surprise, surprise. The Tornadoes still spinning.
Yeah, an unfortunate hitting error there by Ryan Mather, not being able to find hands or the court. Ball goes out of bounds wide.
The Roschitz, can he give Dallas the lead here in our opening set? They go to number 15, Kevin Lopez, who misfires, and it is set point for Dallas. And that will cause the Ramblers to talk this one over. You can't take the timeouts home with you. So if you're Coach Nick England here, and you know Nick so well, not just from the broadcast and not just from being the coach of the Ramblers, you know how he thinks. What can he say right now to try to get this squad to just refocus? And I think that's what it is the focus.
Just a touch. I mean, they're playing good volleyball, obviously. Brandon Rattray's, 10, 11 kills so far through this set, but it's the supporting cast. Ryan Mather hitting that ball out of bounds. Basically, his contact with the ball resulted in a hitting error because he didn't put any topspin on it, right? And then that tip out of bounds, that's an unexcusable, unforced hitting error when you're a one-on-one blocking situation. That matchup between Chapman and Lopez really favors the Tornadoes. So really for the Ramblers, they got to play with more confidence. They're just sort of making a few too many unforced errors that's resulting in them now facing set point.
And those unforced errors are going to force the Ramblers to probably put more of a heavy load than they already have had on Rattray. Good, tough serve by Roschitz. Lopez off the head, and that's going to be 4 touches. That was through the block, off the head of Chapman for the second touch, and then the third does not go over. So Vegas able to get a break there.
Yeah, fortunate turn of offense there as that ball rattled around one too many times. And we're tied at 24.
Mark Lane will serve. We're going to go to extra points here in our opening set. Chapman swings away cross court, and it'll be set point number 2 now for the Tornadoes, as Chapman now has 5 kills.
Nice swing by Chapman.
Been an opening set that has certainly exceeded expectations, as Dallas is challenging perhaps the favorite in the league. Dennis is blocked back. Another opportunity here for Vegas. And that is looking for the call here. It is a kill, or yeah, it is a kill, so it'll go to Vegas. I was fooled there.
You got a camera in front of you, not the greatest angle there. The 3-man block just didn't get well formed enough. That ball rattled down between the blockers and the net on their side.
Well, Vegas gets a much needed side out, and nearly an ace read off the net, and oh, what a great job by Reyes to keep it alive, and he sets up Luna, who puts it away cross court.
What a set out of the net by Reyes as Luna takes full advantage of it. Puts that ball down for a kill into the corner. Ramblers still down by 1, facing another set point here.
Third set point opportunity. Will this be the one where the Tornadoes cash in? And Chapman, too wide. And he went for the deep corner and was unable to connect. And we are tied now at 26. Entertaining game for sure here in San Bernardino, and serving will be Kevin Lopez. Lopez, the big serve. They go to Chapman out of the back row, blocked off of a head, and Roschitz swings away. Can the Ramblers in transition? Oh, that's the man you want swinging as Rattray delivers. And set point now for the first time in this one for the Ramblers.
Ramblers are fortunate now to have Rattray in the front row, hitting up against a nice, well-formed 3-man block, but still able to go over the block and get the kill, giving his squad their chance for set point, like you said, Ira.
Oh, Kevin Lopez now serving for the set. Leaves it short, drops in the ace on command. The first ace of the match, and it decides the set as Las Vegas wins game number 1, 28-26. They lead the match 1-0. We will take a break, come back, get you set for game number 2 here in San Bernardino.
Flow state, the trailblazer, the closer, the do-it-all hero. All of us were born different. Some of us demand more than we were given. Some of us submerge ourselves in the wake, dive into the trenches, and fight with the ferocity of the rising storm. Some push themselves to attain more than those who came before. And those catalysts deserve and demand a form of fuel that will enable them to do so. Introducing Brain Fuel, a cerebral beverage. Be smarter, think faster, live beyond.
Focus. Good pass, put it down. No, come on. Closer. Good pass, put it down.
push this match into overtime, extra sets possibly. But they're going to have their hands full with the Ramblers. And again, I touched on it earlier, it's really going to be about the matchups, offensively versus defensively, hitters versus blockers, and what kind of matchups the two teams get and how they can highlight those throughout this set and the rest of the match.
Down in a hole, you could cue up the great Alice in Chains song, as Dallas will serve first here in game one, and they get the ace. So an ace to end the first set, and an ace to get us going here in game two as Steven Roschitz gets his first of the match.
Nice corner serve. You have seen teams test Brandon Rattray's passing to his left down the line when he's left front hitting. That's what you saw right there.
Now leaves this one short, even 1-1. And looking out on the court, see if there's any changes made for Dallas. And I don't believe there are any here, as they will go with their initial lineup that took Vegas to the limit.
No changes on either side.
That is dug up after the swing by Operum. They go right side, Mather, and Roschitz is waiting for it. A little miscommunication. It's going to be a free ball opportunity. And high hands results in a blocking error and the 12th kill for Rattray.
Ramblers still need a little bit more production out of Ryan Mather. You saw him take a swing there. Got dug up by Roschitz, sitting in his angle. Contact still with the ball, just not quite where Ryan needs it to be.
Keegan with the good serve. Left a little bit short, and Dallas is into the net as the set wasn't there, and Vegas will take advantage. They lead 3-1.
Bit of a misconnect between Reyes and Operum there, as he ran the back one option, that his momentum just kind of took him into the net on that one.
Deep float, too long. Of course, our 2 p.m. match today will be the Blaze against the Stingers. Stingers and the Ramblers, obviously two teams fighting for the very top of the standings here in the NBA, so it'll be a very interesting one after this one comes to a close. And Dallas trying to tie this one at one set apiece. That's not going to help as Mather puts it off the top of the block.
If you're a younger opposite player, really focus on your left side attacking. When you're in that one rotation, when you do get to hit in serve receive on the left side, that is a huge advantage for you to be able to be a first side out option, the left side attacking opposite hitter.
Rattray with the serve, and in the middle, chalk it up for Aaron King, his 5th winner. Aaron King's been very involved. I think he's now got 5 kills in 7 swings, if my unofficial stats are correct.
King was unavailable for the Atlantic City event, and so seeing him get activated early on in the second set, as he did in the first set, is paying off for the
too deep by Chapman. And that's obviously the X factor in these events, Matt, is that, you know, everybody's got a day job, and sometimes whenever the event is scheduled, just does not mesh with what's going on in your professional life outside of volleyball, and players either due to professional responsibilities, sometimes it could be family responsibilities. In the case of some of the guys' injuries at this point, just can't make that 2-week turnaround from our last event.
Yeah, you know, everyone does have responsibilities outside of the gym, so see some new faces here and there. They're on the roster nonetheless, and they'll be playing hard for their squad.
Remember the good old days when we didn't have any responsibilities and you just go play anytime you want?
I wish I did, Ira, but it was a long time ago. Back in the day when I was
It's definitely a subject of a few songs right there. So Lopez gets the kill. That's his 3rd. So somebody else other than Rattray delivering from the outside. Now Mather takes something off of that serve. And that's going to be poked over, a little misfire on the set. Rattray out of the back row, off the block. Chapman with the hands. Chapman's going to have to run that one down. Did he get the redeflection? He did, and he gets the kill. Felix Chapman 6th.
Well, unconventional volleyball being played there, but still effective. Nice play by Felix to take that one-footed takeoff and produce a kill for his team in transition.
So King will serve here. Rattray there with the pass. They go in the middle to Dennis. Keeping that one alive was Reyes. And swinging away, Roschitz gets the result.
Roschitz not afraid of the 6'11" blocker in front of him. He goes hard into that cross court. There's always more angle, as they say.
Roschitz not afraid. Obviously, he's cognizant and trying to pick those angles. And well, Dallas evens this one at 6. Deep serve. Good pass by Manouchian. And that is too far by Mather. No touch. And the Tornadoes lead.
Ryan Mather still struggling to find that connection with the ball. It's his 3rd or 4th hitting error that's gone out of bounds long.
Another deep float. Lopez off the block for the kill. 4 kills now for Kevin Lopez.
Creative kill there for Lopez as he sort of set that ball down for a kill.
Yeah, he hung in the air there, Matt, and was able to recognize the block coming towards him and put it really in probably the most useful spot, which is right between their hands. And he will go back and serve. He's got 4 kills and 1 ace. Dennis with the hand. Second chance here for Dallas. Roschitz, big time dig there by Mather. And running it down and a little dink over by Rattray.
Back row attack.
Yeah, he was definitely in front of the 10-foot line. And an attack error on Dallas, and that puts Vegas back on top. 8-7 here in game 2. Ira Thor alongside 2-time All-American Matt Prosser. We are live at the Pierce Sports Center in San Bernardino, California. Day number 1 of our 3rd NVA Cup event of the regular season. Over on 1, and Rattray eats it up. 13 kills by Rattray.
You got to give credit to Kevin Lopez on that one for a good solid serve from the end line, resulting in the overpass that Rattray gets the point credit for. Official credit to Kevin Lopez.
That's why you serve tough. Takes a little bit off of that one and leaves it short, but good idea from Lopez trying to keep Dallas on their toes as Vegas's lead is 9-8. Alexis Reyes, 6-foot native of Dallas, setting today. He will serve. Sends a float over the Rattray. And over on 1, Michael Keegan saying, don't forget about me.
Keegan with a nicely formed setter dump opportunity. Goes up with both hands. Last second, pulls his right hand down and then throws that ball down with his left.
Keegan out of San Diego, California, the 6'3" product, played at Purdue. And Sean Dennis, the 6'11" Laverne, California product, will serve. And Chapman was able to slot it down the line for the result, his 7th kill.
Nice awareness by the Tornadoes to see that matchup of Chapman versus Keegan. Chapman should win that challenge 95% of the time.
1-point lead for Vegas. Steven Roschitz will serve. Good pass by Lopez. Out of the back row, he's able to tip it over. Chance here for the Tornadoes in transition. Roll shot covered by Manouchian. And then Rattray off the high hands. Dallas, that one, a little miscommunication, but rolled over by Chapman. And then from the back row, leaving it short, Kevin Lopez wants that one back.
I'm not sure I understand that choice of set in transition. Nonetheless, see Lopez be able to put that in play. Connection just not quite there with the setter, Keegan.
And Ryan Schooltice, who is the libero for Dallas, had to run down an errant first touch that was nearly into the net for Dallas. He's done a nice job. We haven't said his name much, but he's done a nice job for the Tornadoes to keep Las Vegas honest. Even at 10. And it'll be Steven Roschitz, your server. And leaves it short. And off the hands for the kill, Carlos Luna, his second kill of the match. He's been kind of quiet thus far, but getting the point to give Dallas back the ball, even at 11 all. A beautiful Friday afternoon here in San Bernardino. Not a beautiful serve though, as that is just wide. So Brandon Rattray, see him serve here in game number 2. See if he can score some points in the service attack. And he fires that one into the net.
Ira, I'm a big fan of serve progression. Your first serve should never be a full-blown blast into the net. Take a little bit off, put your first serve in, see if you can score a point with your team, and then if you do get a second chance, turn it up a little bit for the next one.
It's a very useful strategy there for teams to consider at all levels, as Lopez is able to get the kill. And you know, that goes back to a point we were talking about a couple weeks ago in Atlantic City, is just the back and forth seesaw battle of service errors and how that can impact the match.
Yeah, and we do know, well, everyone's well aware of how much of a strong server Brandon Rattray is. Find a rhythm, you know, and then ride it. Don't try to force something if it's not quite there yet.
Saw Mark Lane, who looked like he was trying to take something off of the serve, leaving that one short. And we're all square again at 13 apiece. Carlos Luna, your server. Deep float, Rattray waiting for it. They go right side, Mather, high hands, and gets the kill. I had my hands up ready to pass it, and it was over our heads and into the into the backdrop as Nick England comes over and picks up the souvenir. Laughs at my poor athletic skills there. And that's fired into the net. So 14-14 here. What I was really trying to do was make sure it didn't bounce back and land in the equipment. It's all about laptop preservation here.
That's 3 straight service errors for the Ramblers. They really do need to find some kind of rhythm from the inline here.
We're going to see Morgan Williams come in, number 12. Missouri Baptist University. Dennis! Destruction! Sean Dennis brings it, his second kill. Feels like he's had more than that, but he certainly followed through there. And 15-14 Vegas in front, and Kevin Lopez, who's been their top server in this match, has the ball in his hands. Good pass from Dallas. They go to Roschitz. And catches Lopez right in the chest.
Gas there from Roschitz. Wow. Unloading on that one cross court.
So 15-15 is your score. Alexis Reyes, your server. We go back to Mather, and that is blocked down combination of Roschitz and Operum, and that will take us to our technical timeout. 16-15 Dallas on front. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Casey Adams, President of Visible Supply Chain Management. E-commerce growth has exploded since the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic, and that creates unique shipping challenges for e-commerce companies.
First, we have a strong team of professionals with immense supply chain knowledge. This team builds solutions and strategies to help mitigate any challenges clients are facing. Second, we have fulfillment centers across the country, which gives us the flexibility to adapt and scale rapidly to customers' changing needs. Third, our clients have access to a wide range of shipping options through our network of trusted partners. And finally, our expanded portfolio of service offerings enables us to manage customers' supply chains on a global scale.
There are many solutions and strategies that can help you overcome holiday shipping challenges, and we're here to support you every step of the way.
We'll welcome you back after the technical timeout. Thank you to our sponsor, Visual, for their logistics supply chain management and being part of the NVA action here and our third event of the week. And it's been an entertaining match so far. I think it's far outpaced what we expected. Dallas has certainly delivered. Yes, they're down a set, but they are certainly fighting here.
Well, they are putting up a fight, exactly like you said, Ira. The Tornadoes, leading set number 2 right now. Really put up a good, solid fight in set 1. So Ramblers, they've got their hands full as well. It's not going to be a walkover for anybody here.
And I think when you start a season 0-6, Matt, it really kind of tests the fortitude of a team. What do you have left in the tank to bounce back? Because no competitor will be satisfied with any kind of result like that.
Well, yeah, there's 3 more matches for them this weekend. 2 more after this one, excuse me. And either they run the table and win them all and hopefully get a little rabbit's foot for good luck and move on to the next weekend, or their season could potentially be over.
Brandon Rattray delivers his 14th kill. Good job by Michael Keegan to continue to run the offense, and we are even at 16. Dennis with the floater. They go right side, Roschitz. One-handed dig by Kevin Lopez with the left arm. And Rattray will go deep with it. Nearly gets a kill, over ball. Can Vegas capitalize? They go, of course, to Rattray, and Rattray gets the kill off of hands. Got 15 kills, Matt.
I mean, we're not surprised that he's leading all scorers in this match, but we might be surprised about the actual number so far.
Yeah, never surprised by anything that Brandon does. How high, though, can that number go? And that is put away with authority. Felix Chapman.
Chapman with a strong wrist away cross-court winner on the retreating Rattray. Caught him right in the midsection. Nice attack line by Felix Chapman.
Felix had his head so far over the net on that one, he could actually look down at where he was swinging. Simply amazing elevation. Rattray is handcuffed by that serve. Then tries to tip it down the line and misses wide. A rare misfire from him. And the lead is 18-17 for the Tornadoes.
Nice move by the blockers there. You had 3-man block up. As Brandon put his hand up to tip it over, all the blockers pulled their hands down, which gave no one for Brandon to wipe that ball off of, goes out of bounds. Point to the Tornadoes.
Roschitz the serve. Over on one off the strong serve. Can the Tornadoes capitalize? They go to Chapman. He's blocked back. Second chance here for Dallas. Operum. That goes over, and Operum on the free ball opportunity comes through.
Not once, but twice. Clean up the second one. He's able to get the second overpass for a kill.
You're not going to stop him 2 times there. They were fortunate to get the first touch. And it's a 2-point lead now for Dallas. And Roschitz continues to serve tough. That one will carry Vegas off the court. Rattray will save it. Lopez swings away. Useful spot for the kill. As trying to dive to keep it alive with School Tice, but could not. And that is a big momentum swing there, as Dallas had a chance for a 3-point lead. Instead, it's 1.
Ramblers able to scramble there and make a nice play out of an out-of-system pass.
School Tice will clean up the court after he laid out to try to save that one for the Tornadoes. And serving will be Keegan. Chance to tie it here for Las Vegas. Goes deep. School Tice with the pass. Tipped deep. They go to Mather. Mather swings away, and it handcuffs the outside hitter, Roschitz. And we are even at 19 as Mather picks up his 6th kill.
Mather with a nice point there. Ramblers need him for sure to produce some more points as this match progresses.
So all even at 19. As Keegan set to serve here for the Ramblers. Line drive, better pass for Dallas. They go to Chapman, waiting for it, those little barrel of Manouchian. And taking something off of that one mid-flight. Kill number 16 for Brandon Rattray.
Nice range by Brandon there. We talked about it earlier on, the range that he has the ability to slow his arm down and make everyone think he's coming with a high hard heat and just gently rolls it over into the open court.
He's also demonstrating his extremely high volleyball IQ to know when to turn it off. As that goes too deep and we're even at 20. John Smith will come back in here for the Tornadoes to serve. See if he's able to give the Tornadoes something late here in the second set, as they are unable to pull away from Las Vegas. They've led by as much as 2. Great serve. And off the ceiling, kept alive. Manouchian able to read the bounce. Lopez with the dig. Rattray, his swing, not able to come down. Then cross court, this time Manouchian's there to calm down Vegas, and Rattray able to get a full swing. And then Chapman splits the block. Vegas got better on each possession there. However, ultimately Dallas able to persevere.
Yep, that ball just finding its way between Mark Lane and the net. Fortunately, not penetrating over, and that ball falls on the side of the Ramblers.
John Smith looking for another tough serve, and yet again, handcuffing Vegas. And that is wide on the attack by Mather. And, well, for the second time in this second set, Dallas with a 2-point lead late. See if they can even this at 1 set apiece. Floater this time by Smith. They go to the big gun, and he unloads.
Once the Ramblers get in system, be careful, because as the blocking defense for the Tornadoes will have their hands full trying to figure out who's taking that next swing.
So I'm already at a room on my stat sheet. I left enough space for about 15 kills, and he's at 17 right now. So I'm just going to draw on somebody else's column. I have no other choice because Brandon's just that good right now. His timeout is called, and what an exciting part of this match right now. We came in not really knowing what we were going to see out of Dallas. We know what we saw in Atlantic City. We know what we saw in the first event of the year. And they came in with a lot of questions to be answered. And regardless of the result here, as you see Nick England and Las Vegas talking it over, I think regardless of the result of this one, Dallas is going to be more satisfied that they were able to compete today, regardless of the score.
Yeah, you know, I think I like what I see out of Dallas right now. They clearly have come into this weekend with intent and purpose to get out of that 0-win column standing that they're at. You know, kind of get the monkey off their back a little bit, get in the win column, and if they can do it against the Ramblers, even great. Set the tone for the weekend and capitalize on the opportunity that might be presented to them.
Well, tomorrow they'll have a tough match against Ontario. That's our 2 p.m. match. And then they will close the weekend also at 2 p.m. Pacific time when they take on the Stunners on Sunday. And Chapman gets the kill as Las Vegas with a missed touch there and a 2-point lead after the timeout. 10 kills for Felix Chapman, who's been a weapon of his own.
Yeah, Felix has made a great contribution for this team throughout this match so far, and we're seeing a substitution come in for the Tornadoes. Setters are swapping. That's number 1, Jeff Hardman, coming in for Alexis Reyes.
Hardman, a Siena Heights University product. He's out of Detroit, Michigan. 6'2" setter here for Dallas. Interesting choice late here in the second set. Great serve by Chapman. They go to Lopez, and immediately a dig there by Hardman. Lopez again blocked bad, hand by Rattray. Dallas, third opportunity. They go to Luna. Chased down, but not able to be saved. And we have set point for the Tornadoes.
A heads-up play by the team in purple over there. Hardman coming in off the bench, getting some blocking action right out of the gates. Set point, Tornadoes.
The Tornadoes had 3 set points in our opening game, but couldn't find a way to close it out. They have 3 set points right now. Chapman to serve. Another handcuff of Vegas, and that's going to be tipped over by Lopez to keep it alive. Can the Tornadoes finish it here? They will not, as a double block by Mather and Lane keeps Vegas' hopes alive.
Nice scramble play by the Ramblers to stay involved here. See the sub back as Hardman comes out and Reyes comes back in for the Tornadoes. Still set point now.
Well, Lane had a bad service error his last serve. Has to keep this one in play. His team down 24-22. Sends it deep. And blasted away. Felix Chapman drops the hammer, and look at this. Dallas bounces back to win the set 25-22, and we're even at 1 set apiece. We are all square, and when we come back for set number 3, can Dallas continue to surprise? Set 3 coming up here on the NVA.
Meet Tom. Tom is the shipping manager for an e-commerce company specializing in unique, high-end home furnishings. Because these aren't your typical everyday pieces, Tom's often biting his nails every time a shipment leaves the warehouse. His discerning customers will notice every ding, dent, or scratch, which is why Tom trusts one company, RPM Expedite's dedicated network. RPM specializes in hard-to-handle freight that needs a reliable, damage-free shipping approach. RPM boasts 99.3% damage-free delivery. RPM also makes it easy for Tom to customize his shipments with pricing options, and for transparency and peace of mind, Tom can access RPM's online portal for booking, tracing, and tracking shipments. And of course, if he ever has questions or needs assistance, Tom can always access RPM's round-the-clock customer service. Call RPM Expedite today for your customized, hard-to-handle shipping solution, or visit us online at www.rpmexpediteusa.com.
At the Pierce Sports Center in San Bernardino, and a little bit of a plot twist here is Dallas has surprised early on. They nearly took game number 1 from the first place Las Vegas Ramblers. They do take game number 2, 25-22. So we'll see, can the Ramblers find an answer for a team that, I don't want to say that they overlooked coming in, because you never overlook a team at this level. But with the Tornadoes being 0-6 and not really threatening much, well, they're showing everybody that their season is hanging in the balance, and they are going to try to find an answer today. As we look at the results from Dallas in the last event 2 weeks ago, Memorial Day weekend in Atlantic City, Tornadoes lost 3-1 to the Untouchables, 3-2 in a barn burner against Southern Exposure, went to 16-14 in the 5th set. And then they got swept in the Lone Star State battle against the Texas Tyrants 3-0 in a match that really wasn't very competitive. So to see the Tornadoes bounce back from that lackluster result against the Tyrants back on May 30th, certainly they have high hopes here to maybe pull off an upset. This would be your hashtag upset alert should we get there. Ira Thor and ride solo for a few minutes as Matt Prosser had to handle a professional responsibility. You know, it's not just the players that have professional responsibilities, it's the announcers as well. So Matt will rejoin us in a couple minutes. We can take a look at the schedule, the upcoming events here. And for today, obviously this match got started a little bit late because game number 1, won by Texas over the Ontario Matadors, went the distance. The LA Blaze, the Utah Stingers will come up at 2 p.m. It'll be Southern Exposure against Team Freedom. That match was actually supposed to be our 11:30 a.m. match today, but Team Freedom had some travel conflicts as one of their flights was canceled, so that match was pushed back to 4:30 p.m. Pacific. And then our nightcap today, Chicago against the OC Stunners. Team Freedom will be without both of their starting outside hitters. We'll talk more about that one when we get to 4:30 p.m. As we've talked about a few times on this broadcast, players do have other responsibilities outside of just NVA action. And still dealing with some injuries, Team Freedom is, from their last result in New Jersey's They're 5-1. Tied with Las Vegas for the best overall record in the league. Team Freedom in the National Conference with the Southern Exposure, the OC Stunners, the Ontario Matadors, and these Tornadoes who are out here against the Ramblers. The American Conference, you see Las Vegas on the top at 5-1 overall. The Tyrants are now 5-2, knocking on the door after they were able to overcome Ontario in their last match. Stingers are 4-2, the Untouchables 3-3, the Blaze 2-4. Those are your standings as we are set here in game number 3. They go to Rattray, and Rattray is blocked back, and then on the follow, well, somebody else comes through is Ryan Mather with an answer. His 7th kill. Early 1-0 lead here for the Ramblers. That'll be Michael Keegan serving. Keegan line drive. Tornadoes from the back row. Roschitz too long. So the strong serve there by Keegan forces Dallas to try to come up with something out of system, and they don't come through. An early 2-0 lead. If Dallas is able to surprise Las Vegas here, well, the Ramblers and the Tyrants, they will be all tied as that is put away by Operum, his 2nd kill. They'll be all tied in the top of the American Conference standings at 5-2 overall. And look at the rest of this weekend. Las Vegas tomorrow will take on Team Freedom, which is certainly, if everybody was at full strength, would be a match that you'd circle on your calendar, but Team Freedom certainly not at full strength. And then it'll be Team Freedom against the Texas Tyrants on Sunday. So a chance for both of those teams, the Ramblers and the Tyrants, a chance for them to take a look at a Team Freedom team that certainly probably will be in the conversation come our July 10th and 11th event for the championship, but you would think that on paper right now the Ramblers and the Tyrants might be able to pick up some victories there. As that is wide, a little bit of miscommunication there as Dennis couldn't get a hand on it. And the Dallas Tornadoes not going away. 3 straight points here. They lead 3-2. Of course, in our last event in New Jersey, it was a great weekend for the Tyrants as they went 3-0. They beat Southern Exposure 3-0, Blaze 3-1, and then as we mentioned just a few moments ago, a convincing 3-0 win against Dallas. That was huge for the Tyrants because they enter this weekend at 4-2, now 5-2 after our first win today, and that allowed them to bounce back from a 1-2 start to the season. Manoujian with the dig. Lopez off the block, then is able to get kind of a swipe dig. And Dallas wants a carry on that. One of whistles blown, and there'll be a conversation between our down official and Las Vegas coach Nick England. And the point will belong to Dallas. They lead 4-3. So Chapman will serve, uses the tape. Manoujian is able to cover. And out of the back row, Brandon Rattray delivers. Brandon Rattray unofficially with 18 kills. (17 through the first 2 sets, as that is too long by the 6'11" Sean Dennis. The ball certainly takes a different trajectory when he swings away from behind the service line. 5-4 Dallas, and your server will be Carlos Luna. Luna tries to drop that one in and misses short. see Mather serving, trying to put his team in front. No, he leaves that one as short, so giveth and taketh back. Las Vegas appears to be playing with less energy than they did 2 weeks ago in Atlantic City, where they were a dominant team throughout. And another service error, as these teams are playing a seesaw battle with service errors, and see if one team can figure it out here. We're even at one set apiece. These early moments in the match be so consequential later on. Kevin Lopez has done a great job behind the service line. He will serve. Good pass by Roschitz, trying to tip it over. Did he get the touch? He did not, and missing it wide as it tickled off the tape was Alexis Reyes. The pass by Roschitz did pull Reyes a little further into the net than it initially looked like it would, and Reyes wants that one back. And the lead for Las Vegas, 7-6. Left-handed swing there. Did it fall in? It did. And credit the kill for Roschitz, his fourth. And you saw Coach Jonathan DeGlician. Oh, he emphatically wanted that one. He saw it before the officials could blow their whistles. 7-7 your score. Good pass by Lopez. Rattray with the roll shot. Chapman fires. Lopez hits one of the rafters. And a big break there for Vegas as Keegan sets up Rattray. Rattray's second chance. You don't give Brandon Rattray two opportunities. And there's some energy from the Ramblers. Brandon Rattray's 19th kill. And the lead is one. Mark Lane to serve. They go right side, Roschitz. That'll come over on one off the dig. They go back to Roschitz, second chance down the line. Caught Lane straddling the stripe. And he puts his hands over his head. Can't believe that he got caught. The Roschitz will serve. All even at 8, nearly an ace. Over on 2, and getting the free ball swing and capitalizing was Luna for his fourth kill. Another big serve by Roschitz. Better pass, though, by Las Vegas. After the block back by Perrum, the Vegas chance to swing away and getting the kill. So credit Mather with his 8th. And we're at 9-9 as these teams continue what is a seesaw battle, initially fueled by service errors and now by an attack that's beginning to pick up. Chapman, annihilates that one. Felix Chapman's 12th kill. And that will leave a mark on the floor. And it'll be Chike Operum out of Plano, Texas, the 6'6", middle to serve. They go to Mather, and Mather down the line. Oh, wow. Ryan Mather's beginning to pick it up. His 9th winner. And we're even at 10-10 as now it has become a firing squad. Rattray with the serve. They go to Chapman. He takes something off of it. He'll find a spot on the floor. So Chapman picks up his 13th kill. And he will serve his team up by 1. Rattray there for the pass. They go to Lopez cross court, collected by the Tornadoes and through the hands of the block. Carlos Luna puts it away. And a lead is 2 here for Dallas, making a statement here in game number 3 that, hey, we are not the same team you saw 2 weeks ago or in the first event of the season. Chapman takes something off of that one. In the middle, Dennis. Chapman with the dig. Chapman from the back row. Waiting for that one was Keegan. Mather, was there a touch? There was not, and it's 13-10. Dallas in front. Mather, high hands, not able to run it down. Was Dallas, and Mather continues to excel here in this set. Now has 10 kills. He's done much more of the heavy lifting. Rattray been able to pick up a couple kills here in this third set, but it's been Ryan Mather really figuring things out. And I believe Dallas is going to ask for a timeout as the floor official comes over. He's having a conversation. I don't know if this is injury related. Carlos Luna standing on the sideline. Yeah, it does appear to be injury related, as he is very ginger on his right ankle right now. Trying to get that right. Our official having a conversation here with Dallas head coach Jonathan DeClizian. And we see Morgan Williams on the baseline here for Dallas, trying to get stretched out. And I do have to result a number change. Number 12 is actually Javier Guerrero, as they made a number change that wasn't reported earlier. So it's not Morgan Williams. Javier Guerrero is number 12 out of Austin, Texas. He's not going to come in, though. It'll be Sean Smith instead, who was more fresh, more ready, as he had been in the service attack. Sean Smith, the 6'3" opposite out of Fort Worth, Texas. Roschitz with the pass. They go in the middle. Well, we haven't said Aaron King's name in a while, but he continues to be consistent. Now 6 kills and a 3-point lead. Largest of the set here for the Tornadoes. They go right side. Mather's been hot, but not there. Reach out and stuff someone. A big block from Stephen Roschitz. And the lead is 4. Second block he's been a part of here today, and nothing with more authority than that one, as that is too wide. It is 15-12. The lead still 3, and it'll be Mather to serve. Mather leaves that one short, and that will take us to our technical timeout. 16-12, Dallas in front. We'll be back to see how this one concludes. Well, we have a substitution now. Is coming in for Dallas will be the aforementioned Javier Guerrero, placing Aaron King. We'll see how can this change impact Dallas as they lead by 4. If you're looking for a surprise here today, this is it. As we have a timeout at the table. Scoreboard now reads correct at 16-12, which would make sense as he needs 16 to get to the technical timeout. And here is Guerrero. Off the tape. Ramblers need to begin this comeback now or they will be behind 2-1. Lane, and he sends it too deep. Another error against Las Vegas, and wow, they are down 5 here, big in game number 3. Well, regardless of how this one ends, Dallas has set itself up for a competitive weekend of results. Lopez, ping pong for the kill off the camera. Lopez off of 2 defenders, and the third touch is by our camera. And Vegas with a much needed side out. Lopez's 7th kill, and he will serve. Next match is scheduled for 2 p.m. This one ends first. This has been a exciting one and certainly has exceeded expectations. Operum tried to put it away. Vegas will send it over to extend the play. They go back row. Chapman blocked back. Mark Lane with the hands. And you see his excitement, the Golden West College product. Back-to-back points in a timely need here for Las Vegas. And Lopez, who's been their top server. Another big serve, tight to the net, but is put away by Brandon Rattray on the over. Brandon Rattray's 20th kill. And what was a 5-point deficit is now 2. Another big serve. Better pass for Dallas. They go to Roschitz. Off the hands. Chance for Las Vegas to get within 1, and they do. Brandon Rattray, blackjack, his 21st kill, and the deficit is 1. And what a rally here for Las Vegas in crunch time. Dallas gonna talk this one over. The Tornadoes were up 5. The Ramblers, well, they've rattled off 4 in a row, and it's been Brandon Rattray and the efficient serving of Kevin Lopez allowing the Ramblers to find an answer. And a reminder of our schedule here on day number 1. This is our 3rd event of the season. 2 p.m., give or take. It'll be the LA Blaze against the Utah Stingers. The Stingers are, they've been playing well, but they got challenged in New Jersey as they lost 2 out of 3. Lost to the Ramblers in an awesome 5-set match. Lost to Freedom in a 5-set match. I actually saw Team Freedom win the second set, the 5th set, 15-6, and then they picked up their only win of the weekend in a 15-13 battle in the 5th set against the Stunners. So after going 5 all 3 matches 2 weeks ago, 2 o'clock will be the Utah Stingers coming in with a record of 4-2 on the year, taking on the LA Blaze, who themselves are fighting for their playoff lives at 2-4. So now, chance here for Lopez tie it up. having to play that one was Smith straddling the back line, and that is wide by Roschitz. And 5 in a row for Las Vegas, even with the timeout. Dallas unable to slow this momentum, and the Ramblers, now they're showing why they are a potential championship favorite, as even when they are challenged, they are able to find answers out of nowhere. Free ball opportunity. There's not enough to swing away on one. Dug up there by Smith after the swing, and Lane on the over couldn't find the court, and the string ends at 5 in a row. Lane wants that one back. Ball carried a little bit too far over the net, and Keegan had to play it rather than swing away. And a huge side out here for Dallas. Serving is Reyes. Rattray will swing deep, dug up by Smith. They go to Chapman, down the line, finds the stripe. And he picks up kill number 14. Now Dallas starting to collect some points here late, up by 2. They serve down the line right at Rattray in the middle lane. Well, that's collected by the Tornadoes, who will send it over. Go back to Rattray, and Rattray is blocked. Double stuff as Oporum and Chapman able to, at least for the moment, slow down the league's biggest gun. As the 4th block that Oporum's been a part of. And the lead is 20-17. From the back row, Mather sails that one too deep, and the lead is 21-17. What was a 5-0 run for Las Vegas has been answered with a 4-0 spurt here for Dallas. And going down the line, aggressive serve by Reyes. Why not? You're up 4. Let's see if you can really put the Ramblers back on their heels. Instead, 21-18 is your score, and Mark Lane will serve. They go, Chapman, and he is blocked, and Las Vegas returns the favor as Sean Dennis teams with his setter Michael Keegan for the block. Dennis has now been involved with 3 of them, and it's a 2-point game again. Chapman finds the answer. So Chapman's now got 15 kills, and Dallas 3 points away from a bit of a surprise as they lead 22-19. And Stephen Roschitz will serve the outside from Kansas City. Off the tape, Lopez with the pass. Mather does not connect. Back-to-back attack errors from their right side. And they are going to go to the bench as Mather is cold, and they will bring in Kyle Radecki, 6'5" opposite out of Rancho Santa Margarita, California. Played at Irvine Valley College. See if he's able to settle the Ramblers down. That served too long, so the side out goes to Las Vegas, down 23-20. So Coach Nick England goes to his bench. Michael Keegan will serve with no margin for error. And unable to drop that one in is Keegan. And we have 3, now 4 set points for Dallas. And Chike Opurum to serve for a 2-1 lead. Off the tape, falls in for the ace. And Dallas, 25-20, they take game number 3, and they lead the match 2-1, and the Tornadoes on the verge of a huge upset in our second match of NVA Cup event number 3. We'll see if they are able to close it out when we come back for our fourth set. You are watching the NVA Cup here live from San Bernardino, California.
The flow state, the trailblazer, the closer, the do-it-all hero. All of us were born different. Some of us demand more than we were given. Some of us submerge ourselves in the wake, dive into the trenches, and fight with the ferocity of the rising storm. Some push themselves to attain more than those who came before. And those catalysts deserve and demand a form of fuel that will enable them to do so. Introducing Brain Fuel, a cerebral beverage. Be smarter, think faster, live beyond.
Focus. Good pass, put it down. Now come on. Closer. Good pass, put it down.
I'm training for my 6th Olympics. More than ever before, I have to work hard to stay in shape. I run, I lift, I do yoga. That means sore knees, sore back, sore everything. KT Tape helps me push past the pain.
Used by athletes around the world and at home, just like you. KT Tape relieves the pain of aching muscles and joints. Perform at your best. Easy to apply. Use it from any common injuries. KT Tape. Train longer, finish stronger.
KT Tape works for me, it'll work for you.
Hi, I'm Casey Adams, President of Visible Supply Chain Management. E-commerce growth has exploded since the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic, and that creates unique shipping challenges for e-commerce companies.
First, we have a strong team of professionals with immense supply chain knowledge. This team builds solutions and strategies to help mitigate any challenges clients are facing. Second, we have fulfillment centers across the country, which gives us
The only loss on the season for Las Vegas was a 3-0 setback to the OC Stunners. Since then, the Ramblers, well, they've been awesome, but they are getting challenged today against a Dallas squad that they have not been able to find any answers on the season. Now, Las Vegas did beat the Tyrants back in the first event of the season. So should they fall into a head-to-head tie with the Tyrants, if they lose to Dallas today, Las Vegas would still have the edge based on that result, but Las Vegas doesn't want that to happen. Las Vegas needs to kind of find the fire that they've played with all season, and they are going to make that one change, as actually Radecki, who came in as a substitute the last set, he will remain on the floor for Ryan Mathers. So that will be the only substantial change here for Vegas. They're going to go with most of the weapons that got them here. And serving for Dallas will be Roschitz. Ball's over on one, and Chapman immediately puts the Tornadoes on top. Strong serving for Dallas has really been a thorn in the side of this Rambler squad the entire match. Tornadoes are 0-6. Las Vegas is 5-1. The scoreboard says that doesn't matter right now, as that is tipped wide with the pass going wide and forcing Michael Keegan into a desperation tip. Desperation poke more than anything. And the lead is 2-0. Apologize about that. I missed my mute button after I had the cough, so sorry for that one, as that is put away by Kyle Radecki, who gets his first kill of the match. Actually, I take that back. He missed wide. I thought that was in, and the lead is 3-0 Dallas. Wow. So we will go outside. Rattray, he can't come through as a lunging save there by Dallas. Big dig there by Manouchian. Dallas, this one's going to be sent over and too wide. And a big break there for Vegas because the Ramblers were looking at a 4-0 hole. So Radecki still looking for his first kill in place of Mather, who's out of this match with a count of 10 unofficially. And we'll see Michael Keegan to serve. Goes deep, goes after the libero Schooltice. And swinging away was Smith. Did he get the touch? The down official says yes. And Sean Smith gets his first winner of the match. The lead is 4-1. And Nick England, you see there on the right side, top of your screen, his hands behind his head. Can't believe it. And there you see Chico Perham to serve. 4-1 lead here in our fourth set. Low line drive over on one. Chapman puts it away, his 16th kill. He's been the answer for Brandon Rattray, and that's saying something. He has been awesome for Dallas. They go outside, down the line, and getting the outcome was Radecki. Now, after I misspoke earlier, his first kill officially, and Vegas gets the side out. Down 3, Brandon Rattray. What does he have up his sleeve? He's actually not wearing sleeves, so just a big line drive float serve. Chapman misses wide. A rare error from him. He's been so consistent throughout this match. Deficit now 2. And coming through with the side out swing, Aaron King. It's his 7th kill. And Chapman will serve here for Dallas. They go to Lopez. Run down and sent over, but hits the antenna. Credit there to Alexis Reyes in a difficult spot with his back against, actually his back was to the referee stand and was still able to get it back onto the playing surface, but Dallas could not keep it on the court. They had to fix the referee stand, which was bumped by Reyes in the save attempt. 6-4 your lead. Big dig there by Rattray. Dallas trying to keep the momentum going, off the block and put away. Felix Chapman, kill number 17. They go to lane. Touched there by the libero Schooltice. Another chance here for Vegas. Right side, down the line, missing wide. Officially by Kyle Radecki, at least that's what the line judge says. And the officials confirm he did miss fire, and the lead is 8-4. And it'll be Sean Smith. Ball in his hands. Line drive serve. Lopez swings away right into my hands. Off the block for the kill. So Lopez picked up his 8th kill. I get myself a souvenir. And it'll be Kyle Radecki, your server. Tough pass there. And Chapman too long. That was not an easy touch there for Ryan Schoolties. Basically sitting on the ground, he's still able to pass it with his hands. 2-point lead here, 8-6. They go back to their big gun, and all game long he's been consistent as Roschitz swinging away, and the call goes to Dallas. All right. Are they going to make, yep, it is going to be Dallas. A little conversation there between our down official and the bench. And serving will be number 11, Aaron King. One more time, Kevin Lopez showing that he's been a great compliment all match to Brandon Rattray. Rattray is sitting on 21 kills. Lopez has got 9 on his own, so the 2 outsides with 30 combined winners. He goes back to serve. He's been their top server. And missing that one long was Steven Roschitz. Did he get a touch? He did get the touch. So Dallas does get the side out after all. So Roschitz picks up kill number 8. As we continue play here in our 4th set, 2-1, Dallas leads down the line, missing wide. So Mark Lane been part of a pair of blocks in this one. Serving for Las Vegas. Mark Lane with the dig. And then on the 3rd opportunity, Chike Operum, his 3rd kill, pushes the lead to 3, 11-8. They go outside to Brandon Rattray, who has been quiet here in the last half set, but not quite there. Michael Keegan, free ball opportunity, cashes in. So the ball in the hands of Keegan. 2-point lead for Dallas, trying to close this match out. Operum puts it off of the chest of Lopez as Vegas unable to take advantage of what looked like it was going to be a free ball. 4th kill by Operum. The lead is 3. And Operum to serve, leaves it short. So 12-10 is your score. And Brandon Rattray still looking for his first ace of the match, but he does have 21 kills. His team down 2-1. And he cannot connect there. And I'm rejoined by my partner, Matt Prosser, the 2-time All-American. So now the broadcast will get much better. And I got bills to pay, as that is just long. As the the Tornadoes, my Texas team's mixed up, a tongue twister there. It'll be Dennis to serve. Yeah, you missed a lot of the 3rd set, and what that set told me is that this Tornado squad is not what we saw 2 weeks ago, and they are on the verge of a major upset. A little paintbrush swing there, and you see Aaron King, who has been so consistent. 8 kills now for him. Every time he gets set, he puts it away basically, hitting at a huge percentage, and it's 14-11. And that is run down. No, cannot be saved. And an ace. Ace for Dallas. Sean Smith, his first of the match. Second ace for the Tornadoes. They lead by 4 as we reach the midway point in game number 4. Sean Smith takes something off of that one. They go right side. Down the line, this is going to find the back wall as a kill for Radecki, his second since he has replaced Ryan Mather as the right side hitter. Off the rafters and kept alive by School Tyson Libero. And Radecki, back row attacker is the call. And that will push the lead to 16-12 and send us to our technical timeout. Here in game number 4,
Meet
Dallas
Tom.
trying to close it out.
Tom is the shipping manager for an e-commerce company specializing in unique, high-end home furnishings. Because these aren't your typical everyday pieces, Tom's often biting his nails every time a shipment leaves the warehouse. His discerning customers will notice every ding, dent, or scratch, which is why Tom trusts one company, RPM Expedite's dedicated network. RPM specializes in hard-to-handle freight that needs a reliable, damage-free shipping approach. RPM boasts 99.3% damage-free delivery. RPM also makes it easy for Tom to customize his shipments. With pricing options, and for transparency and peace of mind, Tom can access RPM's online portal for booking, tracing, and tracking shipments. And of course, if he ever has questions or needs assistance, Tom can always access RPM's round-the-clock customer service. Call RPM Expedite today for your customized, hard-to-handle shipping solution, or visit us online at www.rpmexpediteusa.com.
Well, we are back live. I'm joined by my partner, so we finally got some height on the broadcast.
Sit up straight.
I'm sitting up straight. What do you want me to do? You're 6'7", I'm 6'1", and the size difference, this is why I played outside at a low level, and you were a 2-time All-American at Long Beach State, and you came back in just when it got interesting here as Dallas, from what you've seen so far, you have to be impressed with the changes they've made.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you touched on it while I was gone, but the Tornadoes really stepping up their game. They're executing from pins. Their setter has done a great job spreading the offense. Aaron King, the middle that we're seeing serve right now, has been a huge impact offensively for the Tornadoes. So Ramblers struggling to counteract it and find themselves in a pretty dangerous spot right now.
I'm going to have to get myself a booster seat next time we have a shot of Matt and I here at the table, as that is put off the block and the lead swells to 5. I left a booster seat in my wife's car back in Jersey.
And a phone book for you someplace.
They still print those?
Not that I know of.
We use a phone book anymore. We're dating ourselves. That is put over on 2 by Keegan, his 3rd kill to keep Vegas alive. I think I kept one just for nostalgia purposes. It's in my home office at home.
Just to see if it gains in value?
I don't think it'll be worth anything, but one day I'll be able to tell my grandkids this is a phone book, and they'll probably ask what a phone is. Kevin Lopez the serve off the tape. And Dallas leading by 5. Trying to put some whipped cream on this cake here. Is no matter what they do the rest of the season, they always are going to have this story to tell, that they are giving the Ramblers more than they expected, as the workload has slowed down a little bit here for Rattray, but he's able to get another kill. He had 17 kills through the first 2 games. Only 5 since. as Chapman sends it over. Rattray back-to-back kills. And maybe if he comes alive, Vegas can continue on.
Well, they've got to create some urgency from the inline here for their team. Manufacture some points and get some opportunities for their block and defense to score some points as well if they want to possibly push this to a 5th set.
Mark Lane with the serve. Chapman puts it away as he continues to deliver his 18th kill unofficially. And the lead is 19-15.
Felix let the Ramblers know about it too a little bit there, as the team from Las Vegas needs to shore up their defensive efforts, it looks like.
Even Roschitz, your server. They'll go to Rattray, he takes something off of it and deposits it in the middle of the floor.
Smart play again by Rattray. We talked about it a little while ago, that his range and his arm swing. He said he saw 3 well-formed blockers right in front of him. The defensive players behind them didn't adjust. They were all deep on their defensive positioning, so he kind of roll shots it over the block into the open court. And Reyes, the setter, isn't able to pick that ball up.
Well, just as we said, Rattray had gone quiet. He picks up 3 kills in succession. Nearly an ace here. That will be passed back onto the court and then blocked back. Rattray, Dennis keeping the Ramblers going. First time that Rattray has been involved in a block today. Dennis, his 4th involvement, and the lead is now 2. You go to Chapman, and he puts it just beyond the hands of Dennis, who can't believe it.
Chapman shows off a little bit of his range as well. Sean Dennis wants that one back, because that one just missed his fingertips. He kind of pulled his hand back instead of leaving it there for the swat.
Grazed the outside presence of Dennis's hands. Could not have put it in a more perfect spot. And it's 2017. That is tipped over. Set by Chapman. Smith swings away down the line. And a diving save by Manouchian. Second chance for Dallas. And that looks like it was put wide by Chapman. As the lead is 20-18. Felix Chapman, as we're going to have a timeout called. Well, he is on the verge of 20 kills himself here through 4 sets, and most certainly if Dallas pulls this one off, he's going to be our man of the match.
Well, yeah, it's good to see that from Felix. Obviously, we saw him in Atlantic City for the first time, and had high expectations from a physicality standpoint. 6'8", big jumper, big arm, gets on the ball fast. Strong server, maybe just a little bit of a connection between the setter and himself in that those first 3 matches weren't quite established quite yet. But now, today, we're seeing a much different Chapman and Dallas Tornadoes altogether.
Can you talk a little bit about it, since you mentioned it, and I think it's an important, especially for those who haven't played at this level, how that chemistry between a setter and a new player, how does that emerge?
Time, first of all. I mean, time and repetition, especially in today's game of volleyball where there's so much tempo involved between outside hitters and setters, whether it's a back row attack BIC or the go sets to the pin. It's not just high ball after high ball. It's very specific, well-timed offense.
Brandon Rattray with a costly service error there, as the deficit is 21-18. Vegas, that could have been a 1-point game had they gotten the point. Instead, now Chapman serving with a chance to really start pulling away late. Off the tape, and that is going to fall in. An ace for Felix Chapman, his first of the match. And Dallas, hashtag upset alert. They are 3 away from a shocking win here in our second match of the weekend.
Kudos to the Tornadoes for coming out of the gates hard and fast, right? Causing some chaos for the Ramblers, even though, Rattray had a really strong first 2 sets, but the Ramblers just had a hard time kind of putting it together from the beginning. You saw a slow start from Mather. Sean Dennis came out well. He was hitting the ball well, getting some good blocks, but the Tornadoes have continued to come at him from all angles.
It's funny, too, because this match was supposed to have been our 4th match of the day. We got switched yesterday due to the travel difficulties of some members of Team Freedom coming from the East Coast. And certainly when you looked at it on the calendar, based on the way Dallas had played this year, you're thinking, all right, well, that may be a 3-setter, but it's going to be a 4-setter, and if Dallas is able to pull this out in 4, it's going to be the utmost surprise probably the entire season.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, Ira.
Chapman trying to keep it going. Rattray there for the pass. They go right side, and that's coming our way. Woo! And Sean Smith dives over the table and over the video board, is pulled back in. It's like he's diving off the Titanic and pulled back in by his teammates. Meanwhile,
nice effort, but
good to see you get your hands on the ball.
Got a nice little cut on the knee all of a sudden from that.
That's what happens when you try to vault over a huge video board. He shows that he's not afraid of anything, and that's nice to see. It is good to be fearless. A couple of his teammates are walking over to look at the construction job that is our video board, and then there's going to be some nuts and screws and bolts and rivets and all the other things that if you dive on top of, certainly the metal will usually win over the skin.
Yeah, and it did in that case as well.
At this point in the match, they'll just bandage him up and send him on his merry way. As you see the professional sports medicine job done here right on our court. And it happens in real time, folks. Go to school for years to become an athletic trainer for moments like that, to get your national TV time.
International.
That's the internet. Oh, you're right. You could watch this anywhere. Thank you for the correction there. Hello to those watching us from across the USA and beyond. As Vegas, this is their most important service of the match, down 3, going deep. They go to Chapman, and Chapman misses wide. And Vegas not done just yet. And we did have a change here. Your server is Ryan Schickling. I haven't said his name yet. 6'1" out of UC San Diego. Chapman goes too deep. Back-to-back attack errors by their big gun. And Matt, got your popcorn?
I'm just watching. I'm watching Sean Smith over here, number 5 in purple, who seems to be favoring that right leg a little bit that he just got looked at. So don't expect to see him get a set, but perhaps a quick attack here by the Tornadoes.
Oh, good pass there. Chance to set up a block. Dallas going to have to send this one over. Smith does. Poke touch by the setter. Roll shot. That is covered by the libero School Tice. Chance for Dallas. Chapman off the hands, and Las Vegas with 2 opportunities could not come through. And ultimately, it is Dallas with the point. They lead 23-21.
Big side out by Dallas. They needed that one. Coaching staff was talking about possibly taking a timeout, but looks like the Ramblers are going to call their second and final timeout here by Coach Nick England. He wants to talk about it.
And if you're at this point in the match, we do have a match coming up next. We do want to mention that. But if you're Coach Nick England here, man, you just got to emphasize crunch time for sure.
Well, prioritize the pass first philosophy. Get that pass up to the net. Make sure you give your team a full armory of hitters to choose from, and then look at the blocking matchups and see where there might be an opportunity there as well.
Just a reminder. Sorry, Matt. Just a reminder that coming up after the conclusion of this one, it'll be the LA Blaze and the Utah Stingers. Tentatively scheduled for 2 p.m. Pacific time. Likely is going to start a few minutes late. due to the length of this one, really the length of the first match, which went 5 today. And we are going to see a substitution for the second time today. Jeff Hardman will come in replace of Alexis Reyes at setter. So Smith, all bandaged up to serve. Going to go to Lopez swinging away. Chapman with the dig. One more time, the dig for Las Vegas in the back row. Rattray cannot come through. And Dallas has match point, and they have 3 of them in their pocket.
Who would have thought, Ira?
Nobody at all. Not a single soul, unless you are a part of the Dallas Tornado side, who is on the verge of a shocking upset.
But not yet.
Not yet, as Smith a little giddy after leaving that one short. Probably can't jump too high on that knee right now. But there's absolutely zero margin for error. Kyle Radecki has the ball in his hands. Obviously, you don't want to have a little lollipop, sir, but you got to get it over. And he sends a float off the hands of Libero. Handcuffs Dallas. And that is not going to be able to be saved. And wow, it has happened. The biggest upset of the entire 2021 NVA season. The winless Dallas Tornadoes are winless no more as they bounce back after losing the first set 28-26 to sweep the next 3, 25-22, 25-20, 25-22. No one saw that one coming, Matt.
Give credit to the entire Tornadoes team. Players, coaches, training staff, everybody involved with that program right now in that win. They needed it. They are officially not the only team. Sorry. They are officially the last team to get a win in the column, but now they are finally in the win column. Okay? So congratulations to them. Offensively, they played a great game right from the start. They came out of the gate swinging high and hard, picked their attack lines really smartly. Coaching staff did a great job prepping them for it. You can see them getting better throughout the last several weeks. So 2 more matches tomorrow for them to continue to ride on this, and hopefully this creates some windfall that pushes them through the weekend.
Our man of the match is undoubtedly for the Dallas Tornadoes, Mr. Felix Chapman, with 20 kills unofficially based on my chicken scratch right here, along with 2 blocks and an ace. Love to have a chance to go talk to him, but to be able to do that, I'm going to have to put the headset down.
I think we're a little bit behind schedule as it is, so perhaps we'll just have to chat with him another time.
I think we could do that. I think we could have a chat with Mr. Chapman tomorrow.
Perhaps.
I think if they continue to play like this, he's going to be the answer to the riddle they've been looking for.
Perhaps. We'll see how they do tomorrow.
I guess we'll wrap it up, and we'll talk to Mr. Chapman tomorrow. But the Dallas Tornadoes, wow, out of absolutely nowhere with the surprise of the season, winless no more, as they knock off the first place Las Vegas Ramblers, and they do so in 4 sets, losing 26-28 and bouncing back 25-22, 25-20, 25-22. They're in the win column, and they keep their season alive. Our next match will begin at a little bit after 2 p.m. now, and that will be the match between the LA Blaze and the championship contending Utah Stingers. Stay tuned for that one. It'll be an exciting one for sure. There you see the Ramblers. They were upset today. They're going to have to bounce back tomorrow. They will take on Team Freedom out in New Jersey, and we'll see if they're able to continue to be that favorite team that everybody's looking at, or maybe a Team Freedom will have
interesting
a
test
chance
on
for
their
upset.
side.
Yeah,
They respond.
Well, we knew Dallas had their problems all year. Team Freedom has their own right now as they're short some major players, and we'll see if the Ramblers tomorrow are able to find an answer. Stay tuned. Coming up next, Stingers, Blaze, more action here and the NVA. For my partner Matt Prosser, I'm Ira Thor. We'll talk to you soon.